Oh, Tyrese, please don't do that because I am a fan of your music, so I'm loving the singing. but
Sorry, stop singing. I'm sorry.
yeah, it's great to be speaking with you guys. Terrence and Tyrese, I've been a fan of you guys forever. I grew up watching you guys on TV, so it is a pleasure to be interviewing you all. Um, yeah, but okay, so The System, it was a really good film. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was an action thriller, but it also highlighted, the unfortunate realities of corruption in the prison system. So why is a film like this important to help continue shed light, on the issues inmates face in the prison system?
I think it's important for all of the reasons you just mentioned. I mean, I think at this point, me and Jeremy and Terrence, we've made a few dollars, doing a couple things. So why go into a prison? Why do something this dark, this uncomfortable? I think we all, in our own way, we understand what's really going on. And I believe in becoming a voice for the voiceless.
Mm-hmm.
Everything about this film, we shot it in Mississippi. It was hot. It was humid. We were inside of a real prison with real inmates and real guards and a real warden. I was inspired to be opposite Terrence and Jeremy. We had a lot of different conversations leading up to the role and throughout the duration of the filming. And our goal was to be uncomfortable and make each other uncomfortable. And Jeremy pissed me off often because, he just really appeared to be a heartless bastard that did not look at me as a human being. He didn't care that I was just trying to go home or get home to my daughter that was sick. So I don't know. It's the fact that we were in a real prison with real inmates. It wasn't really much acting to do. We just had to pull from the environment we was in, pull from each other, and pull from all of the actual inmates that was in there really serving time.
Yeah. So with that, was there someone in particular, like a story or an event that took place that inspired you, to pursue and act in this film?
I mean, everything about my childhood, I was born and raised in Watts, South Central LA. So everything about the energy and the dialogue and the reality of what you see, what you hear, what you experience in jail, I lived it before I lived it. I've never been to jail, but it didn't really require any research for me. And like I said, we were in a real prison with real inmates. So the smell, seeing them moving inmates from one cell to another so that we can go to this section of the prison to film in. They were taking inmates out of the cells that we were actually using and filming in. It was very real for us. So, but I'm gonna let the fellas talk. Go ahead, fellas.
Yeah. So, Terrence, honestly, this is for you and Tyrese. You guys, if I'm not mistaken, haven't been in a film together since Four Brothers. Right. So what was it like, coming together and, being a duo in this film?
I mean, the very first thing you do when you see somebody you haven't seen in a long time, I think you kind of you save pieces of yourself in your friends, so that and you may forget little pieces of who you are until you see them again, and they're like, oh, this is you, and they hand you a piece back. The smile, all of that stuff from Tyrese, all of the lighthearted joviality, all of the things that moved us before. I couldn't find it in the character with him. And it was like I was trying to get there. Can he open up? But he was so deep inside of the character and being locked into trying to fix this system. To fix this system, because this is it's a bigger message. Mm-hmm. And to watch what Jeremy had to do, like I've had to play that character, that not that character, but a hated villainous character. That's a hard thing to do. That's a hard thing to fully commit to. And he pulled it off brilliantly, especially under the conditions that we had. We didn't have the full layout that 90% of most of Hollywood would have. So I think we were able to tell our story, but our friendships have been tightened again, and our respect for each other and our respect for humanity has grown after being under those conditions and needing to wait for the guards to let you out.
Yeah, I love that. So for all of you all, what is the overall, message that you want to come across to the viewers who see this film?
Well, this exists, and people like this warden exist, and because I have so much love for these and respect for these guys, I can, and it's an honor to be an actor and to be able to work, and so because I have so much love for them, I can switch the hate on, effortlessly. And, I knew Terrence, but I didn't really know Tyrese. And I could see in his eyes that he really hated me because I leaned into this character because while you're playing the character, you can't judge them at all. You have to just inhabit them. And that's what I was doing and leaning into it. And the more I leaned into it, the more uncomfortable he got. And he was very locked into his character. And also, what you're seeing in this film is him, he was tireless in terms of rewriting and trying to uncover the message and the integrity of his character. And my character is a sociopath. Mm-hmm. And so I had to switch it off and kind of jump into that. And it was an active prison, and I had access to the warden. And so those things that you're seeing are really happening, unfortunately. Yeah. And they're
Jeremy, I'm trying to figure out when I'm gonna link up with you on the personal front and actually get past how I actually feel about you. Because my dislike my dislike for you is still here to this day. I don't like you. You went a little far on set, and I haven't. I was like, oh, he was just doing his job. No, fuck that. It was
well, listen, I've got nothing but love for you.
Job well done, but it was uncomfortable.
Thank you. And
thank you.
Well, it definitely reflected, as a viewer, it reflected. And I also was looking oh my God, this warden is insane, and it really, like you said, opened your eyes and, helped you see the realities of what does happen.
This is what I'm going to say really quick. First of all, I just want to thank Jeremy and Terrence for bringing their game. On the personal front, I've been praying a lot of prayers have been put out there on the personal front where, the good thing about doing the Fast and the Furious is that you get to pay a lot of bills. Mm-hmm. Your brand and image goes around the world, but you can find yourself being typecast.
Right.
And there are going to be people, and there have been people that have said, oh, he's that guy. And so I knew I had to surround myself with some real guys that was going to pull something out of me that I haven't had an opportunity to pull from. I started out in the dramatic space and then made this pivot into humor. And so when I say Jeremy pissed me off and I still don't like him to this day, it was probably a good thing that I never got a chance to hang out with him and enjoy the funny and the humor of his big personality, because when he showed up, he was all the way locked in. I mean, he had his whiskers, facial hairs. I mean, I could not associate him to any glimmer of anything I had ever seen. And me and Terrence was able to work together on Four Brothers, but we have never worked in this capacity in such small, intimate spaces. So yeah, I don't appreciate neither one of y'all, but I appreciate y'all both in a real way. But Jeremy, I still don't like him to this day.
Well, so, I think that you're not giving yourself enough credit, because you and I went and smoked hookahs together and you let it go. We hung, we had a great time, and then we went back to set. So you're still, and I appreciate it. You're still locked into your character right now, and he was on set. But the reality is, I've got nothing but love for these guys, and yet you have to kind of be schizophrenic when you're an actor. You really do, and you got to just switch it on. And
we are all crazy.
Yes.
Well, thank you guys so much. Again, I enjoyed the film and I look forward to, seeing how well it does. I do have one more question as a fan though. Tyrese, are we going to get some new music soon? Like Black Rose, that was a long time ago. They're saying R&B is dead. We need someone to come back and help, raise the bar.
I've been in the studio working on an album called Beautiful Pain.
Okay.
It's about my very painful divorce. I think I'm going to drop a single this year before the year is out. But the album is coming next year. It's a double album called Beautiful Pain. But yeah, the reason I don't do music anymore is because I respect it too much to play with.
Yeah.
I think right now the reason why the state of R&B is crazy is because, I don't know, people don't take it as serious as they used to. And that's why you're getting this microwave kind of watered down lack of integrity. But anyway, go see The System.
Yes.
Parents. Shout out to Lil Yachty. Shout out to the director, Dallas Jackson.
Yeah.
And it's an uncomfortable movie, and we want y'all to go out and support it. Appreciate your time, Tyra, very much.
Thank you, guys. Well, it was nice speaking with you all, and have a good rest of your day.
You as well. Thank you.